Tribe, gather around. Today, I bring you a tale of Europe's mighty factories, the great engines of progress that once roared with strength, now slowing as if weighed down by unseen chains. This is a story of resilience, of challenges old and new, and of the lessons we must heed to protect our own wealth and resources. Let us dive into what weakens them and draw from it the wisdom to strengthen ourselves. Long ago, Europe's factories were like powerful warriors, creating everything from iron and steel to machinery that fueled entire nations. But today, these once mighty giants are slowing down. High energy costs, fierce competition, and dwindling demand are weighing on them, as if each is a link in a chain, dragging them down. This isn't just a story about industry. It's a lesson for us all. We must know where our resources flow and guard them well, or else they'll slip through our fingers like sand. The price of power. Once upon a time, Europe's industries ran like a well-fed fire, steady, powerful, and unstoppable. They took power from nearby sources, warming their factories and fueling their growth. But times have changed. Now, they pay more gold than ever to keep the flames alive, and that gold is running low. Tribe. Energy is the lifeblood of any great enterprise. Just as we cannot survive the cold without warmth, these factories cannot operate without energy. But Europe's mistake? They relied too heavily on distant, outside sources, believing these would always be within reach, that prices would remain stable. They forgot that with every log you buy from others, you're at the mercy of the seller. Now, as the cost of energy soars, their fires threaten to flicker and fade. This isn't just a lesson in energy, tribe. This is a reminder that reliance on others for what sustains us leaves us vulnerable. True strength comes from within. So whether it's in gold or in energy, build your own reserves. For power is only power if you control it. Milton Friedman once taught, there's no such thing as a free lunch. Europe's factories are learning this lesson the hard way, as their dependency on outside energy sources comes at a painful price. And with every coin spent, they weaken, caught in a spiral where the more they spend, the less they save, the less they thrive. Tribe, take heed. Don't build your future on resources controlled by others. Whether it's the money you earn or the skills you learn, make sure you have reserves of your own. Guard your fire and fuel it with sources close to you. For in times of need, self-reliance is the shield that will keep your household safe and your fires strong. Competition from distant lands. Europe's factories were once the envy of the world, known for their strength, speed, and skill. They produced wonders and wealth for nations, leading the charge in industry and invention. But across the seas, rivals have grown stronger. The United States and China, the giants of today, are swift and relentless, producing faster and cheaper than Europe can manage. They're like two powerful hunters who've joined the same chase, while Europe's factories struggle to keep pace. Tribe, competition is a natural part of life. In every forest, the swift and the strong win their keep. Europe now faces rivals that push the limits. Nations with vast resources, greater energy supplies, and lower costs. The factories of Europe find themselves outmatched, forced to compete against these new giants with fewer resources and higher costs. Imagine a warrior on the battlefield, slowed by heavy armor while the enemy runs unburdened. Every extra weight, every high price, becomes a disadvantage. This isn't just a tale of distant lands. It's a lesson in knowing our limits and choosing where to invest our strength. When facing giants, tribe, you must play to your own strengths. Know where you can compete and where to step aside. For not every battle is ours to fight, and wise warriors know when to hold their strength. As John Maynard Keynes wisely said, the importance of competition cannot be overestimated. Competition keeps us sharp, pushes us forward. But we must also know that it's not always wise to fight on every front. Europe must learn to focus its efforts on what it does best, where its factories can shine without burning out. The true warrior doesn't fight every battle, only the ones that matter. Tribe, take stock of your own strengths. Know where you stand and where your efforts bring the best reward. Just as Europe's factories must focus on areas where they excel, so too must you concentrate your resources on what will truly benefit you and your family. Avoid scattering your wealth in many places. Focus on where it can grow strongest. The vanishing demand. Imagine preparing a great feast, spreading tables with food and drink, ready to share your bounty with guests. But when the hour comes, no one arrives. The tables sit untouched, the food grows cold, and all your effort seems wasted. This is the fate of Europe's factories, once bustling with demand from across the globe, now seeing fewer orders, emptier warehouses, and still machines. Demand is like the harvest. It's the reason we work, the reward for our efforts. Without demand, even the mightiest factories become idle giants. Europe's factories feel this deeply. Where once their goods were sought after, now they sit untouched, a feast prepared, but with no one to feed. Let this remind you, tribe, that wealth is not just in what you can create, but in the need for what you create. Know your market, know your strengths, and aim to meet a true need. For even the richest harvest is wasted if there is no one there to receive it. Henry Ford, the creator of the modern factory, said it best. If everyone is moving forward together, then success takes care of itself. But Europe's factories find themselves moving forward alone, while their former customers turn elsewhere. The strength of any endeavor comes from serving a purpose and meeting a need. When that need disappears, even the greatest efforts falter. Tribe, always remember to seek purpose in your work, to create what others need. Whether it's a skill you're learning, a project you're starting, or savings you're building, do so with a clear goal in mind. For your efforts will grow in value only if they meet a need. Serve others well, and you will always have a place in the world. Hope and resilience, Denmark's example. But tribe, not all is lost. There is hope in the tale of Denmark, a small but wise nation that has chosen its strengths carefully. Denmark hasn't tried to compete in every field. Instead, they focus on what they do best: medicine, health, and technology. They have chosen fertile soil, and because of this, they thrive even as others falter. This is a lesson for us all. Find your strength and tend to it with care. Don't waste resources chasing every opportunity. Focus on what you can do best, and you'll grow strong. So, tribe, let this tale of Europe's factories be a guide. Know where your power comes from. Protect your resources from outside forces, and focus on what you do best. These are the ways we guard our fire and grow our wealth, even in uncertain times. May you watch over your own resources with the wisdom of ancient guardians and grow your strength with patience and purpose. For every gold piece saved and every skill built is a shield against the storms that come. Until we meet again, keep your fires burning, guard your wealth wisely, and remember, the strength of the tribe lies in resilience and unity. I'll be here, watching over our journey, as we build the wisdom and wealth that will carry us through any trial.